And we are off. Okay, so we got power gloves right away.
Yeah, power gloves is definitely a nice item to find early in a cross key seed, just because like you'd rather have them than not.
Yeah, they help some of those locations that you check. And speaking of another, we've got the checkerboard cave at one of the fortune teller's houses, and we get the full heart container. No, this is not going to be a sub 50. You will be lucky to see a sub 2 hour in this mode. Ooh, we've got Turtle Rock and the cave north of Lake Hylia. And we've got the Gina's cave on Ninban side. Looks like Sahasrala's had just a shop, and Ninban's gonna try some fake flippering.
Yeah, interesting early divergence here. Zero Rush going for the 4 entrances over in the Eastern Palace area in Ninban, opting to farm bombs and kind of exploring South Shore and maybe even the Mushroom Hut.
Ooh, we've got Swamp Palace at Eastern. And Ninban finds Ganon's Tower. Oh, wow. Moon Pearl.
Oh, wow. So whoever had Big Key at, like, what, 5 for Ninban, congratulations. Yeah, Hope Room, loaded as usual, and Ninban's probably going to be going back to South Shore here, doing another fake flipper, probably.
Silvers are in the Sanctuary. And we probably are not going to be at the Sanctuary, by the way. Nope, the Well. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, you know? So well, so maybe it's just a waterway between Kakariko and Hyrule Castle now?
Yeah, it does kind of make sense, but like as far as the Sanctuary positioning goes, like that's kind of good for our runners. That Sanctuary like is in Kakariko Village just because like they don't have to be like so worried if they decide to take any connector cave. In Man having just a little bit of trouble setting up fake flipper. But yeah, like that's probably like one of the better Sanctuary positions that you can have in a cross key seed.
Zerorush might take note of that archery game, depending on what you find. Rupees can be very scarce early on in cross keys. But 20 rupees, and you know most of these runners probably familiar with inverted and having to use the archery game to make so many rupees early in the early game. Small key to Ganon's Tower. Well, nice back entrance to Turtle Rock. And then Matt doing a hula hand. So one thing to note as well is we did find swamp pals, but you saw the runner did not actually go check the hint tile in entrance randomizer. If you're not used to it, there is no hint tiles. They have not been implemented in. That's going to be the end of the Turtle Rock dip on Zero Rush's side.
Yeah, I didn't get much of like major use out of it. Did get 3 bombs, which are definitely going to be helpful for their exploration, as are the rupees that they're going to be farming in this cave. But yeah, still kind of something that like if you can get it out of the way, like Zero Rush could with those bootsless invincibility-less laser skips, you kind of just do.
Okay, so Kakariko Village is just Turtle Rock. So yes, in this mode you cannot really afford to skip any kind of entrances. And yes, hints are non-functional. They are just going to be kind of like flavor text. There are no actual hints like unique item is locked behind the hammer or anything like.
Yeah, the hints will just tell you fun facts about the dungeon, like you can find the Moon Pearl in Tower Pair, or like you need a bow to kill the red Igors. So like if you're playing an entrance seed, you probably already know that information though.
And Ninban's about to find that out. And there's our first kind of test of Crossworld. You can enter somewhere in the light world, that can go exit somewhere else, and you're in the dark.
Yeah, so obviously that entrance didn't take us anywhere yet, but we're gonna want to keep note of that specific connector cave when we get our mirror, because that may unlock something. There's all kinds of things that could happen.
Yeah, that could be our first access to at least the lower part of East Death Mountain. Got some blacksmiths where the sick kid typically should be. And right next to that, the potion shop. Well, we found Ganon.
Yep, we sure did. Can't really do anything with that yet, but it's nice to know that like it's kind of freely available. We're going to be able to get there like once we have all our crystals, and we don't have to worry about like Ago 1 or GT itself.
Yep, definitely. The other thing to note, kind of, usually you're used to like runners not really caring if they ever find a lantern or not. Crossworld's Sanity can be a little bit more interesting because you can walk into plenty of caves that are just dark and you actually have no idea what cave you're. Nice shot for Zero Rush to get all of his bombs. That looked like the bottom of Spiral Cave on Ninban side at the Fortune Teller's house.
Yep, bottom of Spiral. So we still don't know what's going to be in Spiral, so we're still going to have to go through that cave, but at least we know where it takes us afterwards. And we get the back of Hookshot Cave for Zero Rush.
Big key in the mushroom spot. Big key of Thieves Town.
Oh, and Hookshot Cave doesn't really take us anywhere interesting. Zero Rush is just gonna, like, kind of be near Ninban now.
Map of GT and map of Thieves Town. With that Thieves Town big key, it means when we have a weapon and find wherever Thieves Town actually is. Alright, so Ega 1 completing it is probably never going to happen.
Yeah, I believe that's the silly drop down where that's over in the northeast corner of the world that, like, you only really see when someone's setting up Houlihan in an open standard.
Yes, and both our runners finding Mini Moldorm Cave. And our first sword.
Yeah, sword's nice, but other than that, not. Runner's probably just gonna be rolling their eyes at that Smoldorm Cave.
Yep, so question in chat about the kind of maps and compasses. Compasses, when you're inside the actual dungeon, will tell you how many chests are left, so not as important, but the maps will let you know on your, when you look at your overworld map, what is a crystal, what is a pendant, which one it is. The other kind of major thing is if you find the bomb shop or Sahasrara, he will tell you what the green pendant is or what the 5-6 crystals are, and that information will also be added to your map. Race game. There's a big key on race game. Now the fun part is actually getting to that big key. So that is Magic Bat Cave for Sanctuary.
Yeah, that big key on the race game really is interesting because, like, we're either gonna need the mirror there from the Dark World, or we're gonna need to find a connector cave that takes us to the other race game.
We got the hideout here, but we've already seen this on Ninban's side, but so amazing Ampharos. Just kind of pointed this out, and I know I mentioned earlier, but at this point, we have only not seen 2 drops. We haven't seen the Lumberjack drop, and we haven't seen the Well. So the only actual drops we haven't done, which Zero Rush is heading to one of them now probably, is the Uncle part of the escape. The other one is on the pyramid after you clear Ganon's tower. There's the Well. Ninban getting sniped by the laser, and they don't joke around. You're sitting at, I believe it's 4 hearts of damage, I want to say 3 or 4 when you're on Green Man.
Yeah, that sounds about right. This is pretty much one hit KO for Ninban. Is that a lamp for Zero?
That was a lamp for Zero. That is a major find to try to find early on a Crossworld Key Sanity. You've already got Pearl, so that's pretty much you're going to be able to go wherever you want as long as you can get to the entrance.
Well, Ninban has Pearl. Zero Rush Castle Tower Small Key. For Zero Rush, the Pearl's going to be a little bit out of the way for them now because they opted to save and quit after checking the one cave in the northeast. So Yeah, it's gonna be it might be a while before they make their way to the Mushroom Hut.
Yeah, we'll see how long it is. The other major thing we found was the powder in the well. Because we already did find the magic bats, so we can get to that now.
Yeah, so interesting start so far. We have a varied assortment of items, but we haven't found any entry into Dark World yet.
Well, potentially, because there was this dark cave that we found earlier at the blacksmith. So we have no idea where that actually goes to, but that could be access to Dark World. But we have a few entrances yet to check that we have access to. Got another cave, or shop at where the mini Moldorm cave should be.
Oh, Zero Rush getting greedy, trying to fake Flipper to save just like a little bit of time, going up to Ice Rock Cave and unfortunately getting hit. And that creates an instant death in the randomizer, whereas like in the vanilla game, that'd be just a soft lock.
I'm sure we're going to see Zero Rush go for the same thing right now. Ninban, on the other hand, might opt to check the dam, and with the gloves, we can go over to Agina's cave. Also, there's a cave by desert, and then typically where you farm rupees if you really need them, and you have a power glove. Who needs to fake Flipper?
Yeah, Zero Rush, undeterred, just going for it out of stubbornness and gets it that.
Chest game. One of our big keys of Ice Palace. We found Thieves Town. Which led us to the big key for Turtle Rock.
And I believe that one of the entrances we found for Turtle Rock is the front of, or is the Turtle Rock Big Chest entrance.
Yeah, the only entrance we haven't actually found into Turtle Rock is the Laser Eye entrance. We already found 3 of the entrances to Turtle Rock. Well, it's giving us a key to Desert Palace. That's actually a nice key to find early. Oh, Ninban taking a death in Thieves Town. I'm guessing is probably going to continue this though.
Yeah, that'd be my guess too. You do run the risk of isolating the Thieves Town big chest, but it might be worth. It might end.
Got sick hit at the Waterfall of Wishing. Ooh, Titan's Mitts, which are actually accessible.
Well, not quite yet because we don't have the flippers, but yeah, we do have eyes on those, which is interesting.
No, we have flippers. Ninban found them.
Oh, hey, interesting. I just noticed that. Yeah.
They're at the dam, so Zero Rush is, or I mean, whatever the dam was, I forget exactly where it was, but yeah, Zero Rush is about to find his flippers and realize, oh, okay, well, I wish I would have had these right before I did. Yeah, Chicken Hut.
Okay, yeah, so we would just have Dark World access the traditional way. Alright, fair enough, video. Oh, except Zero Rush still doesn't have the Moon Pearl from Ganon's Tower.
Nope, he does not. We have a hook shot on Ninban's side inside of Thieves Town. And Zero Rush is going to be right behind him into Thieves Town. There's one of our small keys to Misery Mire. And we're going to be leaving that one chest behind. Which is, it's kind of common sometimes in Key Sanity. Got Ninban fighting blind.
Yeah, and again, we're going to be seeing Zero following Ninban's footsteps, and they're going to be rewarded with a hookshot that is, it's going to be an out-of-sequence hookshot without the Thieves Town small key, but you're probably just going to be glad to see the hookshot and not really worry about the logic quite.
Yeah, it is out of logic, but it is kind of one of those major items. Ninban does take down blind. Don't believe he took a single hit during that fight and gets rewarded with a small key to the Palace of Darkness and a pendant. So our rule set for this is week 5. We have Crossworld, Key Sanity, and Crystals. So you may not need to even go into Ganon's Tower. In this case, you definitely have to because Moon Pearl's there. But it's a very early Moon Pearl. And Ninban taking advantage of the fact that he knows where the archery game is.
Indeed, smart play. I think they know that they're going to be going to the Zora area next, and they just want to make sure that they can get all those checks out of the way without having to orphan anything unduly. But I do kind of like that we have one runner doing like a fighter's sword thieves town. We have another runner farming rupees at arrow game. Like, are we sure this is an invert?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe Crossworld Key Sanity is just like, we misinverted. We're going to give you an inverted seed without it being inverted.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have inverted cross keys yet. That we're going to have to make do with this.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's great. We love it.
Alright, Zero Rush taking down. Blind himself, gets his key, and also gets his pendant. Yep, Ninban finding magic bed, but he does not have the powder yet. So yeah, I'm sure at this point Ninban's gonna route south. Lake Hylia will get a entrance or two that we haven't seen before. We're gonna see what's on Zora. Ninban is gonna get his mitts, so we'll actually have access to Dark World. He has yet to go to Hyrule Castle though, so he's missing the web, and at the very least, he's missing that lamp. Ninban getting his key. Zero is just kind of checking through. Oh, nope, he's going for arrows too, so I think he's thinking, I need to head back to Zora. Got the Ice Rod Cave on the Lake Hylia Island. Just a big 20 though. So remember right, Sick Kid is here, but we don't have a bottle yet. And if I'm not mistaken, inverted, you can do it 3 times in a row like that, and you'll be fine. Or you can just hit the first one target that comes through. Yep, and Zerorush gets 500 rupees. He's out. Probably going to be following Ninban, knowing it's like, I've got flippers, I've got mitts, I can get to Dark World now. Well, except he's missing a Moon Pearl still. And what a surprise. Okay, so this is one of our connector caves. Where's it going to go, though? Alright, Ninban gets his mitts. He has Dark World access. GT entrance was at the Witch's Hut.
Oh, and
that
Zero Rush just found the Mire area.
Yeah, that's actually a kind of a nice thing to find out. And we've got Ether to get into the Misery Mire entrance. And Sea House. Yeah, finding a connector to the Misery Mire is kind of one of the best things you can find because it is possible to have a cross-world key sanity where you still actually use the vanilla way, needing mitts and flute to actually make it to the Mire area.
Yeah, and poor Zero stuck as a bunny. I think they were racking their brain trying to like come up with a way to like Super Bunny in there, but unfortunately no can do at this moment at least. Yeah, they need to get to Mushroom Hut to get their Pearl out of Cannon's Tower.
Yeah, what she's about to pick up is probably just go grab his Titan's Mitts, maybe while he's thinking, what else can I do? Because Titan's Mitts by themselves really aren't going to do anything for Zero Rush, just unlocking any locations. He'll be able to get to the Dark World, but then he's stuck because he can't pick anything up as a bunny. And Ninban maybe was thinking about going into Turtle Rocks. Got the big key already, and you've got a hook shot, so you can get to that chest. Also, I believe you can get to the Crystal Roller chest as well. Maybe a couple other ones. But that entrance is at the Lake Hylia shop.
Alright, so we got Zero Rush checking out the upgrade fairy entrance as Ninban, who kind of strands themselves over in Skullwoods here. Yeah, Skullwoods can be a very confusing dungeon to deal with if you're not used to entrance.
Yeah, so this is one of those places where the entrances are kind of randomized within themselves regardless of what you choose. Pretty much all the Skullwoods entrances, with the exception of the back of Skullwoods, are all in. And Ninban actually kind of got bailed out a little bit. The one drop you have access to will get you back to the rest of Skullwoods at this point. Alright, Zero looks like he is going to be making that play to the Witch's Hut. I think this is all he really has at this point. Gets the Moon Pearl and gets his Ganon Tower Big Key as well.
So in the hypothetical Ganon Tower Big Key guessing game that we can't do for Key Sanity, would you say that's like, what, 33 or something for Zero?
Yeah, something like that. And unfortunately right now, that's all we can check in GT. You can check what's on the torch just to make sure, boots are unlocking anything nice. But we do need a hammer or Cane of Samaria, really. Cane of Samaria and Fire Rod to really check anything more of note. we are going to get a check on the magic bat. Just some bombs and a big chest and Turtle Rock. Just a piece of heart. Only going to the crystal roller room. Would have been able to check a couple more chests, but decides not to.
I mean, there are a couple more tests, but like, I'm not sure if they have any small keys though. So I'm not sure if like that one Poke kill to get to the vanilla big key is really in logic, right? And you only have fighter swords, so yeah, it's gonna be kind of a rough go.
Yeah, it's the Poke fight is not going to be fun. I guess the one nice thing is, could have checked the connector, I believe, regardless of whether you had a key. But yeah, then you're fighting two Pokies with a fighter sword. That's no fun. Alright, we find the King's Tomb with another one of our big keys of Skull Woods.
And of course, you find that after you've been inside Skull Woods.
Well, of course, it's like the same as the Ice Palace big key. It's like, I'm gonna dive Ice Palace without the big key, and then the first chest you check after you leave, hey, look. Okay, and we're going into Pod. We do have one key, so if he wants to, he can check some more. Bombs in first chest. Ooh, another Pod small key though. Let's get to the back. One of our Turtle Rock small keys. Got blue mail, and what's in the other chest? Just a piece of heart. Looks like we're getting some hammer yump. That was an ether. So Ninban picks up ether in the maze.
So that's a pretty interesting find for Ninban because I believe that the Meyer medallion was ether, so they'll be able to check that entrance. It's pretty far removed from the logic, both in terms of the lamp for Ninban and like pod small keys for both the runners. But yeah, interesting find there.
Yeah, he will be able to check it. Main thing that might keep him from checking that anytime soon, depending on if we have another way to Misery Mire, is Misery Mire. We need a lamp to get through that cave. It's one of those caves you might not know how to get through in the dark, because it's hard to recognize what cave you're actually in.
Yeah, exactly. Ninban is going to need to go to the, or he'll probably end up going to the Kakariko Vault at some point, which is in the Uncle entrance to Sanctuary. But yeah, still kind of hard to get to for Ninban right now.
Yeah, so we've got some keys, ether. That was about the only kind of major things out of Palace of Darkness right now. Zero Rush also picking up that big key to Skull Woods, and probably was wishing he had it just a little bit ago. We found the back of Skull Woods. We'll see if Zero Rush decides to go back as well. I'm assuming he probably will with that key. Nope. Not right away, at least.
Oh, and Ninban, all ready to take on Moth with just a fighter sword until he realized, hey, don't have Fire Rod or a lamp to sequence break this boss. Has to kind of...
Got a library in the fire shield shop with just 20 bucks though.
Yeah, that's one of those entrances that I didn't realize existed until I, started firing up entrance seeds in preparation for this commentary.
So we have a big key on the bumper cave ledge. Now the fun part is finding the way up there. There's ether on Zero Rush's side, and we're gonna get a check on what Dark Sanctuary is. Or not. So getting a little bit of divergence on the routes. We found Paradox Cave at the Bombable Hut.
Yeah, so Ninman's going to be finding 1 item on Catfish, but Zero Rush just found 7 items in Paradox Cave and 2 additional exits to check.
Alright, we got a Master at Small Keys, Skullwood so far in Paradox Cave, but Ninban finds the book. But Zero Rush gets key to Dark Palace. We've got the Cane of Samaria. Another key to Ganon's Tower. And the big key of Misery Mire. Found a way up to Desert, which we can get a check on Desert Ledge. Neither racer checked this earlier, which is a small key. A very important small key as well, the one of Swamp Palace. And one of those Paradox Caves took us to the pyramid. Ninban found Hera. Small key to Misery Mire, so nothing major so far. Ninban also finding Sahasrahla, and we find out Green Pendant is on Palace of Darkness. And finds the bow. And 2 heart containers. So we do get a map check there. We've got Skullwoods is 5 and Swamp Palace is 6.
Yeah, both runners finding a lot of value in their early divergence here. That bow for Ninban, if they choose to go back into pod, they're going to have a couple additional checks in there that they weren't able to get to the first time.
Zero Rush was going to grab the purple chest, I think, but you got to take the Smiths back first. Ninban finds the old man, and we've got access to Death Mountain then. And a whole lot of entrances.
Yeah, finding Death Mountain is going to be pretty significant for Ninban, especially since we haven't found their way up there as of.
Blacksmiths are just a piece of art.
Oh, and then the bomb jump for Ninban sticks him on the south side of Dark World.
We'll walk out for him a little bit because he has yet to check any of this So we're gonna get to see the dig game at the same time.
Yeah, nice little high five here for the runners.
And neither runner probably happy to see 5 rupees. Yeah, now we are getting the true Froggy World Tour. And we do find Hype Cave. But just because we're in Crossworld Key Standing does not mean Hype Cave can be hype. It's still not hype.
Yeah, yikes. That was one of the worst I've ever seen. That okay, yeah, sure. Thanks, entrance.
I mean, I guess they did put it where Swamp Palace is, so it's, I guess it's too close to the the cave formerly known as Hype that it just couldn't get away from that.
Yeah, I caught that Swamp Palace disease where like every item in it is just like a item you don't want.
Ninban clearing out. Paradox Cave though just picked up his Master Sword. And we'll also get those items. Canyon Samaria, another small key to Dark Palace. Small key to GT, and then the big key to Misery Mire. Actually, I believe this is the first check on this zerorush going to the Dark World shopping mall. Pretty sure we haven't seen this before.
Yeah, Ninban did not go there. I think they just went to the Palace of Darkness area. So yeah, 3 new entrances for us.
And that location was almost as vanilla as you can get. Oh, we got the dam. Small key to Hyrule Castle. Yeah, there's one chest available in Swamp Palace now. Ninban's getting this one chest that's available. Actually, no, we've got some keys, so if he wants to keep going, we've got Red Man. Yeah, I'm not sure if you go back to Swamp Palace with just the one check. I think, if you would find Swamp Palace in this case, you would do the one check, but not go out of your way unless it's close to something else.
Oh, but Link-a-Lot, we have the small Paul's small key. We can check a hold 2 chests.
Oh, that's right, 2 chests.
The value.
Another piece of heart. Ninban kind of uses one of those Turtle Rock keys to check that.
Oh, that's super interesting. So the Old Man Saving Quit point takes us into Eastside Death Mountain. So, yeah, Ninban was easily able to warp back here. That's really nice for him because he opted to kind of abandon this area to go sequence break the Spectacle Rock Cave exit.
Yeah, as well as we found out where the back of Desert Palace is too. And speaking of desert, here's the rest of it. A bottle on that torch. Which we still actually do not have one. And Desert Palace giving us our shovel. So as far as items, that's everything we can do in Desert Palace. So we got 2 entrances we can check now. Which one of them goes to the cave south of the grove? Looks like the other entrance from Desert led to Dark Death Mountain.
And I think Zero Rush forgot to talk to Sahasrara, so they're not going to be getting the information on what the green pendant is. So hopefully they can come across the Palace of Darkness map soon because they're not really going to have any cause to visit Sahasrara until they get that green pendant.
Yeah, Ninban did find that map, so we know what's available. And we found Aga Tower. Which Ninban's gonna check at least the first chest. When Zero Rush finds this, he will actually be able to check both chests, and we know that Aga itself is not required. Zero Rush is going to decide not to do this because he did see where those entrances led earlier, I believe both of them, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there's our first bottle. Alright, Spiral Cave. We know where this exits, but we don't know what items on it. So with what we have right now, the information we have already, Walsh, where do you think we're going to find some items?
That is a phenomenal question. Yeah, we have like a really varied item set, but we don't really have anything pointing us in a specific direction as Zero Rush gets spat out right north of Kakariko Village. I don't know, though. The right side of Pod is kind of looming to me with that.
Yeah, right side of Pods of play. Ganon's Tower, we have the bow and found 4 small keys as well. So I believe we already have the big key, so a tower climb technically could be there. Maybe tile room. We have Kanan Samaria.
That would be really fascinating, like getting to like having a forest Ganon tower climb without like the hammer or the fire rod to clear out the basement. I'm not. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if that could be logically.
I don't actually think they have a way to get to either tablet at this moment in time. Because you still need the mirror to get to Bombo's tablet, and Ether tablet, we don't have any way to connect to it right now.
Yeah, we are definitely looking for like the mirror or the hammer or something to kind of blow the seed wide open. Oh, Ninban gets that big key on the lumberjack. Oh,
Swamp Palace, of course, why not?
I mean that's one of those things you'd rather find, before you dip into swamp as opposed to like after.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we do have Hyrule Castle, so there are quite a few checks here. Ninban's still kind of missing that lamp, and the other entrance going to the wow. Okay, Hyrule Castle. I can kind of see what you did there.
Yeah, great joke, Hyrule Castle.
Guess the other thing where there could be some progression as well, Zero Rush getting that shovel too. We haven't checked the shovel. The other ones, I guess, I just thought about it. It's kind of in probably the back of our minds, but the Misery Mire area. We've only had one check on that, and that was on, I believe it was Ninban's side. But he was in bunny form.
I believe that was Zero Rush because Zero has a lamp and Ninban kind of found that dark room, but they didn't really know how to navigate.
That's right. But we do know, we'll be able to open up Misery Mire. We saw, I believe it was Sea House over there, so we know there's at least one item over there, and we didn't check Dark Agina's cave, or Mire Cave. Another small key to Turtle Rock. Which I guess kind of the surprising thing to see that Ninban hasn't went to check the Uncle drop or the escape is, the drops, they have to be randomized between themselves. So there's 7 different drops, and at this point you're missing 2 drops, so you're guaranteed there's an item there, and you're still missing the well. So there's a possibility you're sitting on 5 items that have been there since the beginning of the game.
Oh, and it does look like Ninban is heading in the direction of the castle, so that's going to be good for them. They're going to be getting the lamp, and they're probably not going to be happy to see the other castle tower small key, or the first castle tower small key, I should say.
Yeah, which we're going to find out on Zero Rush's side, because he does have that. We're probably going to find out shortly if that second chest is anything important. Because it's not exactly easy to get over here right now. So the mode this week for the Link to the Past Randomizer League is Cross-World Key Sanity Crystals. So you only have to find all 7 crystals to kill Ganon. There's his powder, he got his lamp, and that small key. And no, that second item not paying off in Aga Tower either.
Yeah, just 10 arrows for Zero Rush, so they have that out of the way, but yeah, that's going to be kind of something that's on Ninban's mind, like, oh man, did they leave something in the back of Aga 1? What could possibly be there? But yeah, it's not going to be anything that they have to worry about.
So Surger 132, as far as figuring out which dungeons are crystals, other than just completing the dungeon, to find out, they need to find the map. The only other option is to find the bomb shop, and he will tell you which crystals are 5 and 6. But we already know what crystals 5 and 6 are due to maps we've already found. Which, speaking of that, there it is. There's our check again. But Swamp Palace and Skull Woods. Oh, Ninban with the lantern. Looks like he's going to do some bomb jumping. And Zero Rush also finding Hyrule Castle.
All right, really nice movement in that room for Ninban. They're going to be able to make their way to the back, which is just, yeah, solid work.
Moth just kind of sticking close to those spikes, but it doesn't matter. Ninban takes down the Moth. I was gonna say, it's like I was pretty sure Ninban found Red Mail, and that was not what Phoenix Wright looked like about a minute ago. I like that Hunchback gaming. Phoenix Wright went into Phoenix White mode.
And we're back to normal.
All good things must come to an end. Oh, Ninban's gonna get a check on that big chest. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, he is. He's just gonna do it this way. Just $20, but now you've got the peace of mind there's nothing in Skullwoods.
Alright, so we saw Zero Rush take the time to set up a Death Warp here in Hyrule Castle, so they're going to be making their way to Dark Cross, which I believe is a check that Ninban abandoned, so yeah, we're going to see what this turns out.
Yes, Ninban did abandon this. And he's going to go check the Bollock side of Pod. Oh, Zero Rush also did not check the other entrance as well. So yeah, Hammer, kind of one of those major things that's sitting on the table. That'll give us all of Swamp Palace.
Oh, and just a blue boomerang on the Bollock side, but yeah, Hammer is still like one of the most major outstanding items. We're also still kind of looking for a mirror just to kind of open up the world a little bit more, because right now there's not really a lot happening. This is, yeah, it's and just 10 arrows in the dark.
Ninban did skip Dark Cross, but thankfully nothing important. He did not have the lamp at the time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that kind of seems likely, yeah.
Yeah, I think the only other major thing we have other than kind of like Ganon's Tower right now is that Misery Mire area that we've only seen the one.
Yeah, we really don't have a ton of attractive options at this point. We can check through Chess and Swan Palace, we can check those, that small group of entrances in Mire. We can go through the Gauntlet and check the Upper GT and, maybe see what's in the drop-down, which I believe is going to be the Lumberjack Cave. But yeah, stingy seed.
Oh, that's true. Desert Palace. That would be something they can check as well. Zero Rush is going to head back into Ganon's Tower.
And Chad's pointing out we've been able to access Hookshot Cave for ages, and yeah, kind of surprising that neither runner's been back there yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Looks like Zero Rush is going to be going for this bomb jump on the right side of Ganon's Tower without the fire rod, which is going to be super interesting to see. I'm not even 100% sure this is possible without the...
I was going to say, he's going to have to book through this.
Okay, gets the bomb jumping, gets the torch, so now they're just gonna have to book it to the rest of this room. But they do have the hook shot to kind of like give them some extra frames, and yeah, this is gonna be intense. I'm excited.
Oh, just barely
Nice.
makes it. Wow.
That was seriously impressive. Yeah, that is definitely one of the hardest sequence breaks to pull in the game, and now we get 4 chests on the right side of GT.
Looks like the only thing we really got though was that small key to Turtle Rock. Oh, he's just gonna go full right.
Yeah, and honestly, this kind of makes sense. Like, you're in the area, and like you've already come this far. Ooh, gets body by bar though. Yeah, might be opting death for him now. Maybe he doesn't want to take this chance, but yeah, we'll see. Give him a second go.
Ooh. 1 heart left. Oh no. Ninban is going to make the play in the swamp for these 2 whole items. Got 300 rupees in the first chest, and Zerorush is going to say, "Nope, I'm not going. Let's make the climb." Just a bunch of rupees though. Looks like Ninban is going to be going up, checking the dam. I was going to say maybe check Desert Palace, see what the entrance is, but it looks like he's probably going to GT himself.
And honestly, like, knowing what Ninban knows, like, I think they've kind of like folded the game to this point, so it's either Ganon's Tower or the desert entrance for them, or, you know, maybe even Hookshot Cave, but yeah, this is kind of like the last thing they have available. We're going to see if they opt for that crazy bomb jump that Zerorush pulled, but yeah. Both runners converging in Ganon's Tower at the 1 hour 20-minute mark, you know, kind of like an open seed.
Yeah, except instead of being in Go Mode, we're looking for quite a bit still. We still don't even know what dungeons we need to complete. We're looking for 1 pendant. If we find 1 more pendant with the maps we found so far, then we'll have that knowledge. Yes, this is Crossworld Key Sanity.
It looks like Ninban thought about going for the bomb jump, but Yeah, opted not to. They're just gonna wait for the fire rod to make those checks.
Big Key of Eastern Palace. One of our maps for Ice Palace. And I'm pretty sure we have not seen Eastern Palace yet. Not according to my notes, at least. There's a fire shield. Yeah, so technically, whatever we find here, and assuming he goes for a full clear and kills Ega too, which, you know, knowing there's an item, probably will, since you're all the way up here. You don't want to waste that time again. This is all technically sequence broken, which there's an ice rod.
Alright, yeah, sure, that's a place that can be. Great, thank you, game. I mean, we know two of the pendants. It's highly likely that we needed either the Eastern Palace Big Key or the Ice Rod, and likely both at this point. So yeah, this is more or less a required climb.
Yeah, we would have needed at least one of them, because if one's the pendant, then the other one's required, so... One of those items was definitely required. Nice triple on Zero Rush's side.
Yeah, Zero Rush was pretty consistent, like, all through that Ganon's Tower. Like, I just want to shout out that hookshot clip he did during the Moldorm 2 fight, like, for the first...
Just a red boomerang, though. So, climb was required, not for Aga 2. Oh, Ninban with the muscle memory.
What are you talking about? The Aga 2 wasn't required. We have the magical boomerang. It's the best thing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are people that are going to argue that with you.
Whatever, they can bring it. I ain't scared.
Ooh, Ninban taking out falls. Gonna have to do this one more time.
Oh, and Zero Rush is actually making a check that I think both he and Ninban kind of abandoned because they got distracted by the Death Mountain of it all, but we haven't been to the pod entrance.
Yeah, that's the thing that we need to check. I mean, I don't blame either. I mean, Zero Rush for killing Aga too. You're all the way up here. You know there was an item that you had no idea what it was. You can't really risk having to climb again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not a time waste at all. Like, he kind of, like... It would be weird if you didn't do it, unless, like, Ice Rod was your goal.
Another small key to Turtle Rock. Okay. So, like, I think we're only missing one key to Turtle Rock now.
Oh, did Zero Rush see the other side of Super Bunny Cave, or was that just, like, a kind of mental mistake on their part just now?
No, did not check the other side, I believe, just left.
Oh, wait, no, he entered from the back. Okay, never mind, I'm just being silly. Okay.
this is going to be checking the bottle at this point. So yeah, I mean, Hookshot Cave is an option, but it's not within logic. We still need to find a small key to Thieves Town. I really feel like it's the Misery Mire is where we need to go. The Misery Mire area. We have not had a PED check, so PED is unknown. Yeah, Amazing Empress also brings up Desert Palace main entrance has yet to be checked. No, Hookshot was in the Thieves Town. Attic of Thieves Town. Was it not?
That is correct, yeah, Thieves Town Attic.
But you can lock yourself out if you don't use your keys. That's why it's technically locked behind that small key. So the mode is cross-world key sanity, find all the crystals, and then go kill Ganon. You do not need to clear Ganon's tower, even though both racers have done that at this point. They needed to do that because that was kind of one of their last options. We did find a big key to Eastern Palace as well as the Ice Rod up there, which one of those items at the very least, if not both of them, are going to be required. We just don't know which one yet. Cutesy Cats, as far as my notes say, I could have missed it, but we have not seen Eastern Palace yet.
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing Eastern either at this point in the siege.
Yes, Purple Chest also is one of those things that has not been done. Trying to think what else we could find inside of Turtle Rock, because I don't believe either runner has checked Vanilla Big Key Chest inside of Turtle Rock, so that's an outstanding location. That's pretty much by itself. Although it might not be by itself for much longer. Yeah, nobody's checked that as a connector. Amazing Empress brings that up as well. Nobody's checked the laser eye room. Hera is a crystal, I saw. Just $300 though. Alright, we are getting that purple chest check that we just spoke about.
Yeah, indeed, I wouldn't be surprised if Ninban's plan was to pull out this purple chest and then just go check that desert entrance.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably what we're going to be seeing. Zerorush does have to be careful. Well, that's a nice time to find a piece of art. We do get the cape in the purple chest. And Phoenix is objecting to Desert Palace and he wants it to open. No. Desert Palace not the answer. Brewtest, they already know where Turtle Rock front entrance is.
But what we don't know is where the Turtle Rock eye laser entrance is, and I think that's what Zerorush is going to be checking for us now.
Yes, indeed, and we'll see where Ninban is off to.
Alright, here we go. Some new information for us. Lovely.
Zerorush not happy with this.
Yeah, that's what I'd expect the reaction to be. Oh man, this is just a... Oh man, this seed though.
Houlihan Room is not randomized, no. Yeah, I think other than just kind of like crazy one-off locations, and I can't even really think of any either. The Mire area, I think that's where we have to go at this point. I can't really think of it. Ninban finding Ice Palace.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain. I can't think of anything that's like within logic. I mean, obviously Hookshot Cave's still outstanding, and hopefully these runners haven't written it off as something they've already checked. I know they've already checked like the two, entrances for Hookshot Cave, but yeah, I think Mire area is like our last location.
Yeah, I'm mostly kind of surprised. Not like I could see why Zerorush hasn't been there because he knows where it goes, but Ninban didn't even check it as a connector, so he has no idea where it even goes at this point. He just knows it's going to go somewhere.
Yeah, interesting that both runners were there, but like neither runner really had the ability to complete it. Zerorush missing Moon Pearl, and Ninban missing like Lamp and the knowledge of how to get through those rooms.
Alright, Ninban going back to Kakariko Village. This might be the play to what he's going to find out is the Mire area. Could also be Hookshot Cave if he wants to keep going south. No, we are going to get a check. Yep. There are rare occasions in Entrance Randomizer where Misery Mire still is flute and midst locked, but this is not one of those times. We've got half magic, but Zerorush is going to do the Reset, not to waste that small key. We found the bomb shop.
And of course, we find the bomb shop when we already found the maps that told us what the 5-6 crystals are. Thanks, video.
Alright, Sea House. We saw this a long time ago. Just Tempered Sword, though. Well, I mean, not just Tempered Sword. Tempered Sword is nice. But we're hoping for progression at this point. So, I know we have the hook shot, but that means wherever this goes, it was behind Purple Chest. And this is our way to the top of Death Mountain. Well, hi, Blind. Yeah, Blind picking a very good place to have his hideout. Not finding it for almost hour and 40 minutes into the seed, and then we still don't have anything.
Yeah, we didn't really find anything important in Blind's hut.
Oh, Eastern Palace.
We found a dungeon. Okay, so Ben can full clear this. Zero Rush, you have to get back to Dark Agena Cave. Oh man, hopefully he didn't forget that exists.
Oh no, yeah, Zero's leaving. Did he? He must have forgotten. There's our mirror.
Okay, we finally found our piece of progression. We have a mirror that's going to open up a lot of the world for us, but oh man, the journey we took to get there, man. Yeah, this is... Oh, sorry. But yeah, this is kind of like one of those like cross key seeds where like a lot of runners really love this mode. Like there's a small devoted community of runners to cross keys, and like they kind of like know this a lot. But like if you're not really familiar with cross keys, races, yeah, like I know on the submission sheet for like these week 5 matches, we have a lot of comments that are like Monka S, Rip, oh man. So yeah, this is some runners' favorite mode, but sometimes yeah, this is how cross keys can go if you're not like too familiar with the logic.
And now we're gonna get the fun part. That big key that we ended up climbing Ganon's tower for. There's a small key into Hera, so that's one more item we have because we know where Hera. We'll have to find out how required that big key to Eastern Palace was. So yeah, as far as like the question, what's randomized? Basically everything that's not an enemy is randomized. cape for Zero Rush. No, pots are not randomized. If I'm not mistaken, that is part of the Randomizer randomization. So. And I think Zero at this point, he's kind of thinking like, what have I missed? Almost Knight's down, get some bombs, and it is a crystal, so yes, that big key from Ganon's Tower was completely required. I believe I saw Quake. And this is actually a really good place to find the mirror. Oh, there's our fire rod, so we need to find a way to get up there.
Okay, so we have to go back to the mire area to go back through Bumper Cave to get back on Floating Island to get that fire rod. Fun.
Thanks, game. Crossworld Key Sanity, where the game basically just puts on the troll face and just stares at you the whole time.
Yeah, if I'm quiet for a little bit, it's because I'm just going to be laughing for the next 5 minutes over that fire rod location.
Okay, Zero Rush is going to go into Hookshot Cave, so we know this is out of logic. There may be something here, however. Nope, nothing in Hookshot Cave. Zero Rush is thinking. Yeah, Zero hasn't come back to Swamp yet. We get to finally check this, which is the other part of Super Bunny Cave, but there's also a big key that we need to pick up. Which is our big key for Palace of Darkness. Zero Rush is trying to figure out what he missed. Have to go back to the Mire area, Zero Rush.
Yeah, you just feel so bad just because, like, they're going through all this and they need to, find the Dark Agena cave and, like, they don't have boots. I wish that there was just a way that we could, like, hack the boots into Zero Rush's game for him just so, like, he's still stuck, but at least he can, like, dash around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point Ninban's going to be going and grabbing his fire rod at this point. As well as we can check Checkerboard Cave. Hey, we found Ice Palace.
Wrong again and Ninban.
Yes. That was actually one of our few dungeons we're still looking for. Not that way, Zero Rush. You need to go back to the blacksmith. Because the worst part about Ice Palace, though, even if he goes into it, you can't clear it yet.
Yeah, you can get some chests, but we're still missing the hammer. The mirror does open up quite a bit in the logic, but man, now we just need to find the hammer. We need to find out what that third pendant is or what the other crystals are. It's still a little bit of a ways to go through this seed.
No, there still has not been a pedestal check. And yes, the bottom of Dark Death Mountain has been checked already. They made their way a different way. I believe they had a connector that brought them there initially, which led them to Ega Tower. And Ninban forgetting about Fire Run.
Oh no, they grabbed Fire Rod. They were just checking out that like light world spiral cave exit. Oh, and Zero Rush kind of find a metaphor for his run, just kind of landing somewhere that he can't get out of.
We are also still missing keys. Like at the bare minimum, we're gonna need hammer. And at least a desert palace, or if desert palace would be pendant, then we need a Hera big key, and I think that would be all we actually need for Go Mode, but we're assuming at that point. Even the dead rocks are not letting Zero Rush enjoy this anymore. I was checking to see if he had the required key, but no. There's our hammer on Trinex.
All right, lovely. So, yeah, we have our items. Now we just need to find... We still need to find the Meyer location, probably. We need to find a couple keys, but yeah, hammer's nice. I mean, we can full clear Swamp and Ice.
Yeah, there's not really many locations for Meyer to be at this point. Turtle Rock entrance, Mimic Cave would be an option. Other than that, I don't know if was Graveyard Ledge checked?
I don't think either runner's been up there, and I don't think we've... Yeah, because I know we popped out in K45 from a connect.
Yep. And then boots locked locations as well. But we need to find the boots for that. A small key to Turtle Rock, locked in Turtle Rock.
That was a vanilla small, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes. Oh yeah, and hammer pegs as well. And I think Ninban is going to head right into Ice Palace. Alright, Ninban going to make his way through Ice Palace. We are still looking for what the last pendant is, so we've got 3 dungeons according to the tracker that are unknown. This is one of them. And Zero Rush is basically rechecking everything now. Only one check, but usually Ice Palace is kind of slow in the beginning, and then we start finding all the stuff. It just takes a good amount of time. Yes, this is Cross-World Key Sanity. Zero keeps getting close and then walking away from where he needs to go.
Yeah, my heart just sinks like every single time he like walks by this mist area because like maybe he's gonna go back to Meyer, but alas.
I mean, it is one of those things. The entrance that he's missing at this point, it's one of those ones you rarely ever see. You know, whether it's you're doing an NMG or even just regular randomizer, you never go to that entrance. There's no need for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like unless you're playing like the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer, you're never gonna like. You know, Zero's just a really talented runner of this game. Like he's top 30 on the NMG leaderboards. He made top 32 in the fall, top 16 last spring. It's just not his day.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. And Ninban, and we do find the flute inside of Ice Palace. And I don't really think that's going to do much for us as far as unlocking anything. Just makes travel a little bit easier.
Yeah, fast travel is definitely nice, but it's kind of a luxury at this point.
Dave Meister, this was the everybody technically agreed to this when they signed up to do the Link to the Past League. This is what every setting is going to be for every race during week 5. So yes, if you see a Link to the Past Randomizer League that is not a daily race, or the spoiler tournament that is going on, if it is a league race, this is what you're going to be seeing this week. And I'm pretty sure almost every match is actually on the schedule. I want to say last time I checked it was 14 of 16 we had on the schedule for this week. Uh-oh.
And
oh, he's got a blue. Okay. I thought he wasn't going to have the magic. Fortunately, Cold Star's not going in the corner this time.
okay, come on, Zero Rush. Just go all the way to the right.
Go.
Think
go.
you got this. Come on, keep.
Oh, there's our pendant. Ice Palace is our third pendant. So, Misery Mire, Desert Palace, Tower of Hera are the remaining crystals. So, we are looking for Desert Palace Big Key and Hera Big Key. and we were in go mode. Yes. Surger 132, anything can be on pedestal as long as it's not locked by the pedestal. He's doing it!
Alright, so Zero Rush will hopefully be continuing to make progress through the scene now. They're probably going to go into Blind Hut first and be kind of annoyed that they found nothing, and then they're going to go into Eastern Palace, find a dungeon they can clear, and find
Or they'll go in Eastern Palace first.
that too is an option.
Which is okay. Yes, this is Cross-World Key Sanity. All the entrances are mixed up, all the keys, maps, compasses are mixed up, and we get to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and honestly, this can kind of be like, rough to race, and yep, there's a mirror for Zero Rush, but it's really a fun mode. Like, it gives you a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle as opposed to, like, a 200-piece jigsaw puzzle. It's
Only 500?
only.
I mean, I was going to say a 1,000-piece puzzle, at the minimum.
Yeah, somewhere in the, 3-digit range, I'd wager. And absolutely, shout out to the dev team for, like, coming up with this mode, because, like, there are some, like, obscure logical requirements that y'all dug up, and it's really...
Yes, it's definitely one of those modes. If you feel like regular, standard, or open is just not there, and Key Sanity's like, okay, well this is nice, but I want more. This is where you can go. All right, Zero picks up that key to Hera. I mean, Zero Rush did lose a lot of time kind of trying to figure out what he needed to do, but he does have opportunities to make time up. We did see, Ice Palace looks like, unless there's something on the pedestal, Ice Palace is just completely not worth anything at this point. Flute is nice and everything, but for this seed it's not required at all.
And meanwhile, it looks like Ninban just pulled Quake out of Swamp Palace, so, that Turtle Rock entrance could potentially be something.
Yeah, because we are still looking for dungeon. I think we're still looking for the Mire entrance. I believe that's the only dungeon we have no knowledge of at this point.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. We found the back of Desert Palace, we found Hera, it's just Mire outstanding.
Hammer was on Trinex. Didn't somebody come out on the pyramid? Or did I just see them walking by? I could have sworn I saw somebody exit Super Bomb.
Oh yeah, I think Zero Rush exited from Super Bomb because, like, they did the Lumberjack drop down. I think both runners did the Lumberjack drop down.
Okay, so we didn't actually exit from the actual Fat Fairy entrance then.
Correct, yeah, the Fat Fairy entrance and the, like, Ganon Tower exit are kind of different things.
Alright, Zero Rush gets that crystal from the Armos Knights. And we got Buddha. Zerorush getting that information, and is about to see his fire rod. Another small key to Dark Palace. I want to say that's all of our small keys to Dark Palace.
Yeah, I believe that. We have found quite a few between the two runners.
Hint tiles are disabled, or they're not disabled, but they don't actually show any hints. It is in beta mode for Entrance Randomizer. They're just kind of flavor text right. We got boots.
Finally, 2 hours, 10 minutes into the seed, we get the speed boots. Great.
Squid skin boots. Alright, Zerorush picks up his fire rod, and let's see if we find the back of the tavern. Maybe Link's uncle's kind of. Maybe alcohol is illegal in Hyrule today. Link's uncle's holding a illegal tavern.
You know, I believe it. But yeah, with those boots on Ninban's side, I believe we now have access to every entrance in the game. It's just a matter of finding the last 2 big keys.
I mean, technically, maybe not logically yet, because we're still actually looking for a Thieves' Town small key for it to be in logic.
Yeah, I suppose that would be a matter of courtesy to the seed, but yeah.
I mean, we don't care about
something
logic.
shows up. Yeah, we got the item. At least it wasn't like in the big chest itself.
And we are going to see the big bomb. So Dave Meister, this is technically it's called Crystals. We still do have to defeat Ganon, but Ganon's Tower was not required. They did complete it. There wasn't anything behind it except the red boomerang, but it was not required to actually complete this seed. So once they have all 7 crystals, they can drop down to Ganon. We do know where that is. If I'm not mistaken, that is at the Magic Bat Cave, and they can immediately fight Ganon. Right now for Go Mode, though, we are looking for a Desert Palace big key, a Tower of Hera big key, and we need the location still to Misery Mire. Thanks, Big Bomb. Did you see where the Big Bomb took us?
It took us nowhere. It took us to the useless exit from Desert Palace.
Just a shop. We got Mimic Cave. Ganon is, you just drop into the whatever hole he is hiding in for entrance randomizer. In this case, we know it is the magic bat. And Zerorush gets his hammer, takes down Trinex. We know it's Magic Bat Cave because they walked in the actual door to Magic Bat Cave, and the drops and the doors themselves are still synced. So if you walk in Magic Bat door, then whatever you would drop in would be that same cave. So we saw the back, or where you typically would go if you fall to Ganon. So yeah, trying to think of locations we have yet to check. We got Turtle Rock, Mimic Cave. Can't think of many areas other than that we haven't already been to. Hammer Pegs, I guess, hasn't been. Oh yeah, Skull Woods itself has yet to be checked as well.
And not that we're able to get to Mimic Cave because we did find a connector cave that led us to the Dark World exit for that cave, so we'll be able to mirror there once we get.
The real question is, well, Zerorush just is doing it right now, so we're about to find out if this is Mire. It is not. So those are just for locations. As far as like actual physical locations to find the Misery Mire, we still have plenty of places. The Hera Basement could be one of our big keys, because we still do need 2 big keys as well before we can finish this seed. Well, this is close to Mire, but it's not the Mire. No big key either. So I want to say that Misery Mire has to be a Turtle Rock. Yeah, we're Skullwoods 3. Oh, nope, just the shop in Skullwoods. Oh boy, though. Everybody get your pet hype in. Oh. Skullwoods Compass.
You know what, though? I've never seen a compass on a pedestal. I didn't know that that was a specific text, and I'm getting a kick out of that.
It's like, we can find this boss. It's like, especially on Ninban's side, he kind of looks at the crystal in his hands like, oh, I found him already. So Zerorush is heading back into Pods, gonna go kill King Helmasaur for that green pendant. And Turtle Rock is Misery Mire. So we are officially looking for only keys. Zerorush is going to need to go to Swamp at some point and pick up that Quake Medallion.
Yeah, indeed. And as for Ninban, they are kind of running out of locations to like look for these two big keys. I mean, they have like 8 checks in Mire, as our compass is notably telling us. Thank you, compass. But we also have like a ton of checks outstanding in Ganon's Tower too.
Yeah, that is true. There is plenty of locations in Ganon's Tower, that whole left side, all the way to Armos is open, as well as the big chest itself. And Zerorush, seeing that Ice Palace is a pendant. Wondering what Zerorush is actually coming back in here for right now. Or I guess check the big chest. It's Hammer Yump Part 2 for Zerorush to get this big chest. For the Cane of Burna.
Alright, so that's one of our big keys down. We have found the Desert Palace big key in Misery Mire.
Desert Palace big key, so all we need is Hera, and we are in go mode. Oh, there it is. We're in go mode.
All right, that was fast. All right, yeah, Ninban in go mode at 223, and just checking this chest because muscle memory.
Checking this one as well.
And then I didn't see the text, but just judging from the coloration of the key, I think it may have been vanilla.
Maybe. There's still a couple keys. We're looking for some Ice Palace keys. Could be that. Trying to think. Could they get to Meyer without hookshot? Yes.
I believe they could, yeah.
So maybe that was a Thieves Town key. No, that was not a Thieves Town key.
It was a key. We'll unlock something, maybe, eventually.
Like, I genuinely want to know where the actual Thieves Town key is now. Just so you can try to piece together the logic of what this seed actually wanted you to do.
Yeah, because there's not a ton of chests it could be in Ganon's Tower. And actually, wait, no, we got Hammer from Tranix, which was locked by Ice Rod, which was in the last chest of Ganon's Tower. So yeah, it can't be.
Yeah, it can't be there.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We don't need it. We found everything else. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. We don't need any more keys. We're in go mode. No, we never got an Ice Armors check or a left side GT check, and I am seriously doubting we're ever going to. Zerorush turns in that green pennant for just some bombs. And he's going to make a couple drops and be inside of back of Desert Palace. So we should see a nice quick kill on the Landmolus for Ninban. And Zera should be finding his Quake Medallion. But Ninban is making a beeline right for Tower of Hera. Is just going to have to make the climb, kill the Troll Dorm, and then go kill the Big Pig.
And then I think Ninban had the right idea, just the wrong word.
Yes. Right entrance, wrong world. The light world gave Phoenix Wright an objection of his own. Just a couple more floors for Ninban. Zerorush still working on and clearing out Swamp Palace. Yeah, he did Misery Mire. All he needs to do is kill Troldorn. There's Butter Sword on Zerorush's side.
Alright, so yeah, straightforward Morg kill. Just 2 slashes with the gold sword, and now we're gonna be off to game.
Yep, we'll mirror Flute to Kakariko Village and then go to the blacksmiths and drop down the magic bat hole. The Ganon fight itself should be a fairly quick fight. We've got Butter Sword, we've got Silver Arrows.
Yeah, it's not gonna be an issue at all, I'd imagine.
So if you would fall, you'll end up in the kind of the same area, but you're going to exit at the magic bat door. So it'll be right next to it still. Ninban quickly to phase 3. 3 more slashes when he stops teleporting all over the place. Ganon took the cue.
Did Zero get a Zero cycle without the boots?
Yes, he certainly did.
Yo, shout out to that gold sword. Yeah, really swaggy fight. At least he was able to get that in.
Yep, and he gets his boots. Ninban gets a double. And that looks like it's going to do it for Ganon. He's down. Get your GGs in chat for Ninban. And he will finish with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 32 seconds.
Hello.
Alright, we are joined by Ninban. GG.
Thank you.
So how did you feel about the seed in general?
Well, after the Howard 30 mark, it began to be boring because I didn't have boots still. But otherwise, it was a fun seed. The Dark World access was myths, so that wasn't too hard, at least to access a Dark World. And you were part of Death Mountain for a long time. But Death Mountain was accessible very early, but I didn't do the right at the right time.
And I know you kind of left the Meyer area away for a little bit, just because I don't think he had the lamp for a long while.
Yeah,
I don't think he went to Kakariko Well for until pretty deep.
yeah, yeah. I didn't go there. I didn't get the lamp until later, and I still didn't use the lamp to get in the blacksmith's house until much later as well. I don't think zerorush can mirror there.
Yeah, I don't think you can either. I think, yeah. Oh yeah, and another thing I want to ask you about, that fire rod, that was kind of fun, right?
Yeah, that's fire hard. You jump down, you get the mirror, you see it, you need to come back. And shout out to the ice rod in the Morton 2 chest as well.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. Like the only two items of value in GT, it appears, were the the Eastern Palace Big Key and the Ice Rod. You got those on your first pass through, so yeah, good job.
Yeah, that was actually my second pass through because the first time I didn't have anything, so I just got the impel in the first basement. But yeah, I tried GT because I didn't have much left to do anyway. And it was 4 items plus an entrance for a whole.
Okay, and can say at this point officially, zerorush did forfeit 4 minutes after Ninban did win. But everybody, get your GGs in for zerorush. It was not a, I guess that fire rod in the area that kind of caught him up. It was not very kind to him.
Yeah, absolutely. GG to zerorush. You just forget one entrance, and that happens to be the one entrance that's locking progression. Yeah, just walk past Dark again.
Oh. Yeah, GG's still.
Yeah, as we see if zerorush wants to come in, I'll ask you, Ninban. I know the French Canadians are kind of out of the running for a playoff spot, or maybe, or their season probably hasn't gone as you expected. But what do you think of the league so far? I've been having.
Yes, we've been having fun. We're already out of the running, most probably. But yeah, it's very fun. We get to encourage ourselves as a team. And yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, and at least next week
all the different modes are fun to play, in my opinion. So it's good to have validity.
Yeah, out of curiosity, do you play much cross-world entrance?
Occasionally, I would like to play more, but I don't really have the time to allocate like 8 hours to stuff like this. But I play like at least maybe 2 a month or more.
Yeah, that sounds about like what I can take. I can maybe get one in on the weekends, but yeah, too much will mess with your brain, I kind of feel.
Yeah.
Still seeing if we can get Zero in here for an interview. Haven't heard from him just yet.
All right, well, while we wait, I will take you through the speed gaming schedule. Over on the mothership, over on speed gaming, we have the Ori and the Blind Forest Championship, and even if you're not familiar with Ori and the Blind Forest, that is like a really cool speed game to watch. So, highly recommend you check that out. As far as league matches go, we've got another one at 7 Eastern. That's going to be Mystic from Leftovers versus Roach 788 of the Immortals, and then another one at 8 o'clock on Speed Gaming 2. Megawatt of Fendrana Drifters versus Scary Olive of Two Pearls, Two Furia. So, yeah, 2 really hot matches for you tonight. And definitely make sure if you want more information about the league, just type !league in chat. Yeah, it's going to be going on for a couple more weeks for the regular season. Then we got the playoffs coming up at the start of the week of April 28th. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who can make it out of these last couple weeks alive.
Yeah, let me see. Other than that, on speed gaming, other than that Ori and the Blind Forest Championship, it looks like there is the Super Metroid and Link to the Past Randomizer weekly going on at the moment. If you're looking for something to catch as it starts, looks like we got some Zelda 1 randomizer at 5 o'clock. The Link to the Past daily race is open. That's at 5:30. And some Super Metroid Randomizer League at 6:30. So plenty of stuff here on Speed Gaming to keep you occupied for the rest of the day. If you want to catch more League, like I said, we got something at 7, something at 8. It's going to be more of this fun cross keys, key sanity, all of that fun stuff. We're going to have that all week for you in the League.
Oh, and also, if you're looking for something to watch, make sure you're following the runners. They went through the trouble of memorizing the entrances for you. If that's not worth an exclamation point R in the chat, I don't know what is.